Sometimes you just want to be alone in nature. That's why I went camping that night. I wanted to get away from the noise of the city, to clear my head on the quiet trail that snaked around the base of the mountain. The sounds of birds, the crunch of leaves, everything felt normal. By the time I reached the campsite, the sky had already darkened and the shadows of the trees closed in. I set up my tent near some massive rocks, right on the mountain slope. The wind felt stronger up here, like it carried something cold with it. I lit a fire, its flickering glow comforting for a moment, but deep down, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching me. As I settled in, a faint rustling came from behind my tent. At first, I tried to tell myself it was just the forest, the usual sounds, but then it started getting closer. I grabbed my flashlight and stepped outside. My breath fogged in the air as I swept the beam around. Trees, rocks, dry grass, everything looked the same. Then, like a shadow slipping through the trees, something darted out of sight. My heart thundered in my chest. I backed toward the tent, my eyes locked on the darkness. That's when I saw it, a silhouette, tall and impossibly thin, its head cocked to the side, long arms dragged against the ground. My hand shook as I aimed the light at it. It leaned in and I heard a breath, deep and cold, like it came from inside my own chest. I froze, couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The thing stepped forward, crunching dry twigs underfoot. Suddenly, it slammed into the tent wall, the fabric buckled inward. Then, claw-like fingers scraped across the outside of the tent. Inside, I trembled. My hands turned to ice, not from the cold, but from pure terror. The zipper of the tent started to move, slow at first, then faster. My teeth chattered. The cold air rushed in, my mind screamed. But before the zipper fully opened, it stopped, like it was giving me a moment. I didn't think. I bolted from the tent and ran. Branches clawed at my face. My feet slipped on rocks. I didn't dare look back, but something inside me made me turn. That shadow. It was there, arms dragging, face hidden. Its breath rattled in the air. The moonlight made the mountain slope look almost unreal, but every shadow seemed alive. I stumbled to a stop. My flashlight fell from my hand. I reached for the ground, searching for anything I could use. My fingers wrapped around a stick. My breath hitched. Footsteps. Closer now. I lifted my head. That thing loomed in front of me. In the pale light, I saw it didn't have eyes. Its arms scraped the dirt. I swung the stick as hard as I could. I felt it slice through the air, but there was nothing to hit. That thing moved like a gust of wind right past me. A scream ripped from my throat as I ran. My steps tangled, breath ragged. I could hear it behind me, that awful breathing. Finally, I reached the path. I ran, not looking back, but I knew it was there, watching. Even now, I feel its eyes, even though it has none, and I know I can never go back there again.
It was supposed to be just a simple camping trip, a way to clear my head. Far from the chaos of the city, I wanted to spend a night on the mountainside I knew so well. I'd been there before, but never overnight. The journey was calm. I walked along the old hiking trail on the mountain slope, looking for a good spot to pitch my tent. Finally, I found a small clearing tucked behind thick trees. Right beneath some massive rocks, the ground was dry. The sky was clear. Perfect. I built a small fire pit and prepped some food. The air turned colder. The dry wood kept the flames alive. The silence, the feeling of being alone. It was exactly what I needed. As the sun dipped below the peaks, the sky faded from orange to grey. Slowly, stars peeked out over the mountain ridge, and the weight of night fell. I crawled into my tent and switched on my lantern. After a while, I heard a faint rustling outside. At first, I thought it was the usual sounds of the forest, the wind, dry branches. But then I realised it felt like it was getting closer. A chill ran down my spine. I turned off the lantern and slowly unzipped the tent. Outside, I saw nothing but dark shadows and the faint glow of the moon. But the sound, it didn't stop. Footsteps, clear this time, crunching dry leaves. Not fast, but steady, like someone, or something, was coming straight at me. I grabbed my flashlight and opened the tent a little wider. The cold air hit me in the face. I moved the beam from side to side. Trees, rocks, bushes, all the same. But then I heard it again. A rock tumbled, and behind it, the shadow flickered and vanished. My heart pounded, my throat tightened. I wanted to call out, "Who's there?" But no sound came. I took another step, sweeping the light across the darkness. Then I heard a deep, low breathing sound. Not like a person, but something deeper, like it echoed from inside my chest. I spun around, and a dark shape darted past me. So fast I only caught its shadow. I ran. My foot caught a rock. My face got scratched, but I didn't care. I dashed back to the tent, zipped it up, and collapsed inside. My breath caught in my throat. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. Outside, something moved. Its footsteps slow, deliberate, like it was hunting me. Then, it slammed against the side of the tent, so hard I thought the whole thing might collapse. I was shaking. My hands were frozen, not from the cold, but from fear. My phone was in my pocket. I fumbled it out. I turned on the screen. No signal. My fingers shook as I tried to type. The letters blurred. Then, silence. I held my breath. I couldn't move. Seconds felt like hours. Finally, I forced myself to open the tent flap. Moonlight lit up everything. My fire was out. No footprints. But that breathing, I could still hear it in my ears. I started packing up my stuff. That's when I saw it. A shadow moving toward the mountainside, slipping away. I couldn't stay. I grabbed my pack and left, never looking back, gasping for breath. Even now, when I close my eyes, I still hear that breathing. And I know I wasn't alone that